Hey folks, welcome to Fat Off the Bone, and it's been a while since Rodney and I have been together. I've been mowing and he's been working, and we still been putting up content, but it's stuff we've been doing by ourselves, so we wanted to get together and at least talk to y'all a little while.
Yeah. Like I say, we both have other gigs besides trying to put out this. Hopefully, one day this will take off and we'll be able to do it full time. But so I called Shane the other day. I said, hey, we need to get together and do some videos. And some of the people that I know personally call me and want to ask questions about some of the things that we use other than cooking. So we're going to talk. We're out here in the cook shed, Shane's cook shed, and we're going to talk about some of the must-have things that you need out at your grill. I'm going to let Shane go first, and then because I do a lot of traveling on the festival circuit and cooking, I'm going to show you the cook box that I carry and some of the must-haves that I have. And I said have way too many times there, so I'm probably going to cut this out. It's kind of like why wrong number's never busy, Shane. But I'm going to turn it over to Shane and let him explain what his must-haves are, and I'll be back in just a moment.
All right, thank you much there. Yeah, and listen, it's 97 or 137 degrees, so I'm sweating. Ignore it. But no, my deal's a little different because I do most of my cooking out here, and Rodney does a lot of cooking on the road, so what we have is going to be different. But there are some things that no matter where you cook, you kind of got to have or should have. And I thought about trying to get, like, here are my 5 things, top 5, but we decided just to show you some. But I honestly, to me, this thing right here is the most valuable thing I have. It's a little thermometer that digitally reads what the temperature of the meat is. This thing right here can save you a ton of money because you can ruin a piece of meat if you let it go too long or take it up too soon. So if you know your temperatures and have this little thing, you won't have any problems. The other thing, and I have to, you gotta have a knife. Now see, I buy my knives at Rose's for $3, so I don't have any good knives. But Rodney got fancy knives, so it made me jealous. So I went out and bought me and I never used it yet. It's brand new, but I went out and bought me what's supposed to be a really good, what's it called? Nakuru something knife, but it's supposed to be a good one. So I'll let y'all know when I use it, but I haven't used it yet. You gotta have plenty of towels. Ones you can keep, ones you can throw away. That's important. If you're gonna cook barbecue, you gotta have tongs. Gotta have spatula. Got to have those or you can't do it. You also got to have a way to start fire, and newspaper will work, but this is so much easier. And this actually is my favorite. My favorite's little tumbleweeds, but these will work in a pinch. You can get them on Amazon. Then if you like to cook vegetables on the grill, you need something to put your vegetables in. This is brand new. I never used it, but I think they're 20 bucks for a 2-pack on Amazon. You can get those. You need something to protect your hands when you take hot stuff off the grill. That's important. I always have latex or nitrile gloves, not for the reason you think. I'm not worried about handling raw stuff as much as I am dirty stuff. When you work around charcoal or pellet grills or anything like that, you're going to get filthy, dirty. That's what I use them for. I don't concern myself as much about when I'm seasoning chicken or something with it, but they are good for that. I always have this on hand, grill spray, to keep stuff from sticking. I just have a habit of using it. I always have some disposable pans because they come in, they're cheap, you get them anywhere, and you can use them for just about anything. They're real important to have. You got to have a way to make fire. These long handle lighters are easier on your finger. As far as seasonings go, I said I'm just going to pick a few. Salt and pepper are a must-have. If you don't have nothing else, have salt and pepper. Rodney told me about Cavender's Greek seasoning. I love it. I use it a lot. It's cheap. You can get it at Food Line. It works really good. And then my absolute personal favorite is this Rufus Teague steak rub. It's good on steaks, burgers, whatever you want to put it on. You can buy these little things at Walmart for $1 to clean grills. Throw them away. Clean it with it one time, throw it in the trash. They work good. Don't worry about cleaning them. And then my secret weapon, you gotta have Keystone Light when you do it. When you do it well, I mean, your brand may vary, but my point is you need to have fun when you're doing it. So that's what I use. Now, that being said, if I had to narrow it down to 5 things, because I told Rodney I was going to do this, 5, it wouldn't be this because you can start a fire with newspaper if you need to. It would be this because you got to make fire. This because it's the most valuable thing you got. This because you got to turn the meat. This because you got to flip the hamburgers. And this because you got to season them. If I could only have 5 things, that's what it would be. Anyway, the biggest thing is have fun with it. If it feels like a job, don't do it. It should be fun. And you'll find, listen, I got a toolbox over here full of stuff. And I don't use half of it, but I got it. Just have fun with it and start small and work your way up.
Okay, folks. Shane was talking about a lot of my cooking I do on the festival circuit, and then my kitchen at home is an outdoor kitchen. So one of the things that I bought is a toolbox, a plastic toolbox that's waterproof. And I keep my essentials in this toolbox. And then I can use this at home when I'm cooking, or whenever I'm getting ready to go, I grab this, throw it on the cook trailer, along with my other larger items that I cook with. But this has everything that I need, and so I'll go through and kind of show you what I like that I think are essentials. And some of them are obviously repeats of what Shane was just talking about. Rubber gloves, or whatever, we call them rubber gloves. And let me see. As Shane talked about, a thermometer, an instant read thermometer, digital. I like these. I have to pass a health department inspection almost everywhere I cook, and so I use these, and the health department wants to see that you have these. And they're very particular about it. They want the end to be tapered. We're going to do a video later about how to pass a health department inspection. And every state's different, and every county's different. I can tell you that from New York to Florida, I've passed them all. North Carolina, where we're based out of, is pretty tough. And these can be calibrated. And I promise you, whatever the health inspector's thermometer is, that's the correct temperature. So you want to calibrate to theirs. So use that. I always keep spatulas in here. This here has the holes in it. I don't know the advantage to that. I really, when I'm doing smash burgers and things, a lot of stuff comes up between there, but I always like to have 2 of these. He mentioned about the tongs. Buy some quality ones. They're going to last you years and years and years. I don't care if you spend $5 more. Some of the cheap ones don't have a rolled edge, and I promise you, you get to pushing those, they'll catch you a little booger picker and they'll hurt. So make sure you have some good tongs. A good way to have fire, I like these little butane lighters, and of course you always want to carry some butane. I have this in my box. A knife sharpener. I have an array of knives. This one here is a Pampered Chef. I have no idea what it would cost new. Pampered Chef is they're not sponsored by us, but we're not sponsored by them, rather, let me say that. But I paid 49 cents for this at a thrift store, and it is great to put a quick little edge on a knife, or if I see one's getting dull. I go to a lot of thrift stores and you can find great big bowls, can openers. You know, some of the higher end stuff people just, for whatever reason, get rid of. So I find those things, and I don't like to pay the expensive price for them. A waiter's corkscrew. That is something that you're going to want to learn to use. Bottle opener, corkscrew. It's going to have a little foil knife on it for your wine. These are invaluable. Always keep some claws in here. If you have a problem with this, have you a box of matches. Always have that. I keep whisk. Have you a good can opener. This is a Swingway. Great product, made in the USA. Keep that. I keep one of my, always carry Swiss Army knives. I keep that in my box. And then I just keep an assortment of knives, different types that I use. I have to keep these chlorine test strips in my box. The health department, I have to be able to test my chlorine from my wash sink, and then my spray. And as far as my seasonings go, of course, salt and pepper that you're going to want to have. Some of the extra things that I always have red pepper flakes. I use those for a lot of different sauces that I use or put on the meat. I like using some type of seasoning salt. That is good for everything that you want to season up. And my new favorite is this black garlic sauce, or black garlic seasoning. I am really falling in love with this stuff. Hey, and here's what Shane gave me, this Rufus Teague. I've been using that on steaks, and I've been using it on hamburgers a lot. It is a great seasoning. Garlic powder, garlic salt, some all-season. I like all-seasoning type stuff. It goes good on vegetables or chicken or pork or whatever I'm using. And then I have a pepper grinder that I use. So that is what I have. Everything in this box I could use. I always keep gloves. I do keep one for emergencies. I keep a really heat-resistant barbecue glove. I haven't used this one yet. I hadn't need to, but it's there if I need it. If I need to grab something hot. I like to keep leather palm gloves, and we keep those on the trailer, the larger catering trailer. I have those on there, but this is my go-to stuff. And so Shane knocks it down to the 5. My 5, well, I don't know if I'll get 5. You got to have something to light a fire with. And we don't use propane here at Fat Off the Bone. Good quality tongs. Have good tools. Your thermometer, something to check the temperature of your meat. And I've had people say, oh, I can look at it and tell what the temperature is. Can you look at the tire on your car and tell you what the pressure is? Don't think so. But have that. And the biggest reason, so you don't overcook your meat. And, of course, matches. I'll go find one of these Wader. Go find one. Get one. Buy one. These are great. I use it all the time. Not always opening wine, but I'm always opening bottles. Little knife for just emergencies for opening things. These are great. And then I guess probably my last, I don't know if I'm up to number 5, but if I had one seasoning, it would be some type of seasoned salt. Just an all-purpose seasoned salt. It's got it all in there. It's great for everything. So folks, that's our go-tos for what we must have to grill, no matter what we're cooking, whether it's pork, chicken, beef, fish, just vegetables, whatever cooking method we're using. These are the things that we have. These are the things we always know we have, and replenish them. When you see they're getting low, make sure they're stocked up, and it will make for a happy grilling experience. And always remember, out here in the summer, to always hydrate. This has been this episode of Fat Off the Bone, and y'all guys enjoy. And pass it along to a friend, and make sure that you have them subscribe. And remember, the most important thing is have fun and try to make some miles happy.
That was good.